Hello again. How's everybody doing today? We are ready for chapter 2 of Midnight on the Moon. It's called Space Motel. Remember, they just landed in the treehouse. Jack opened his eyes. He looked out the window. The treehouse had landed inside a large white room. "What kind of training place is this?" asked Annie. "I don't know," said Jack. The room was round. It had no windows. It had white floors and a curved wall lit by bright lights. "Hello!" Annie called out. No answer. Where were all the astronauts and space scientists? Jack wondered. "There's nobody here," said Annie. "How do you know?" said Jack. "I can just feel it," said Annie. "We better find out where we are," said Jack. He looked at the page in the moon book. He read the words below the picture of the dome. The moon base was built on the moon in the year 2031. The top of the dome slides open to let spacecrafts enter and leave. "Oh, man," Jack whispered. "What's wrong?" asked Annie. Jack's heart pounded with excitement. He could hardly speak. We've landed inside the moon base," he said. "So," said Annie. So the moon base is on the moon," said Jack. Annie's eyes widened. "We're on the moon?" she asked. Jack nodded. "The book says the moon base was built in the year 2031, he said. "So this book was written after that, which means this book is from the future." "Oh, wow," said Annie. "Morgan must have gone forward in time to borrow it from a future library." "Right," said Jack. "And now we're in the future, on the moon." Squeak, squeak. Annie and Jack looked at Peanut. The mouse was running around in circles. "Poor Peanut," said Annie. She tried to pick the mouse up, but Peanut hid behind the mango on the letter M. "Maybe she's nervous about being on the moon," said Annie. "She's not the only one," said Jack. He let out a deep breath and he pushed his glasses into place. "So, what's a moon base?" asked Annie. Jack looked at the book and he read out loud. "When scientists visit the moon for short periods, they eat and sleep in the moon base." "Oh, a space motel," said Annie. "I guess," said Jack. Then he read more. "The small base has a landing chamber and a room for storing spacesuits. Air and temperature controls make breathing possible." "So that's why we can breathe," said Jack. "Let's go explore," said Annie. "We have to find the fourth M thing for Morgan." "No, first we need to study the map," said Jack. He pulled out his notebook. "You study it," said Annie. Jack copied the map. Then he drew in the treehouse. Okay, let me show you where they are. See, there's the treehouse in the moon base. There's the entry. Look at the steps that goes to the spacesuit storeroom. And this is the airlock. That's how they would get outside onto the moon. "Okay," he said. He pointed at the X in the drawing. "We're here." Jack looked up. Annie was gone. "Oh, brother," Jack said. As usual, she had left him. Before they could even make a plan, Jack put the moon book and pencil in his backpack, and he carried his notebook and backpack and started out the window. Squeak, squeak. Jack looked back at Peanut. The mouse was running back and forth on the letter M. "Stay here and be safe," said Jack. "We'll be back soon." Jack swung himself over the windowsill. His feet touched the floor of the landing chamber. "Annie," he called. No answer. Jack looked at his diagram. It showed only one way to go, so Jack walked along the curved white wall to the stairs. He climbed the steps to a hallway. "Jack, hurry!" Annie was at the end of the hallway, standing in the airlock. She peered out a window in a giant door. Jack hurried toward her. Annie stepped aside so he could look out the window too. "Oh, man," said Jack. What he saw took his breath away. He stared at a rocky gray land. The land was filled with giant craters and tall mountains. The sun was shining, but the sky was ink black. "Say hi to the moon," Annie said softly. And I'll read chapter 3 tomorrow. Chapter 3 is called Open Sesame. Bye.